There are things, there are things that help us move from where we are to where we need to be. There's no game that does not have rules. There is nothing we do, even to drive, driving, has its own rules. In a marriage relationship, there are rules. If you're someone's child, there are rules in every home. There are things you know you cannot do. Okay? There are things you know that you cannot do. I know how it is. Yes. So you're always on your guard because you know that if you do so, so and so, you will fall out with daddy. And nobody wants to fall out with daddy. Having said that, I want us to start from the beginning, from the genesis of this business. So I want to congratulate all of you, um, especially those of you that joined us. I don't know if Toby is here. I don't know if Japheth is here. I have a quite long list of people who joined us in the past few days. I don't know if they are all here. All of you that are, you know, that's connected to the business. Leaders, if you don't have your people here, then I don't know. If you don't have your people here, I don't know. Everyone is supposed to be here. And the people who are yet to go through this training, because you will be rated. You can see we have the GPS card here. You'll be rated. That is if you want to. But if you just want to join, just part of the business, you can't be bothered. You have other things you're doing for now. This is not priority. You don't need to be part of this. That's the truth. Okay. So, but first of all, I want to validate your decision. A lot of people complain that things are not moving well in Nigeria. And too many people actually. Everybody's always complaining. People are complaining right, left, right, and center. And at the end of the day, we can only complain and will not make any difference. Why? Because we've used up our energy we could have used to make things work, or at least added some value. We use it to complain, and everybody is satisfied, and everybody has that emotional pity and emotional massage, and we all go home. Nothing changed. And we forget quickly that government is us. We are the government. If we can remember that we are the government, it simply means that whatever decision or decisions we are going to take will be far reaching. Okay? How do you know that you're a very powerful person? Anybody's singular action can affect the entire community. If you go and tamper with the transformer of a particular place or the cable, the power cable of the whole place will fall into darkness. So people say, I am, what can I do? One person, what can one person do? No. See, a seed is a seed. There's a reason a seed is a seed. It's just that thing. When planted, nurtured, will grow. And from that seed, trees will come out. From that seed, a forest will emanate. Okay. Some people just think that a fruit is a fruit. If I just eat it, that's it. No. So we need to start having generational mindset. I know why people don't have generational mindset is because they feel they don't matter, or they feel, why should I be bothering myself about future generation when I'm not taking care of myself? So let's bring this thing back to the business. We have started this business, and several people are wondering whether or not they took the best position, whether or not they made the right choice. I want to tell you that you did. You took the best, one of the best decisions of your life by being part of this business, by joining this amazing business. Okay? Network marketing is God's kind of business. It's God's kind of business model because it has components that I promise you, if Jesus were here, he will be a network marketer because of the components of network marketing and because of the reward system. Because network marketing reward system is God's own reward system. Okay. Any business that has purpose, network marketing has purpose, where it's there to help people, both in their health and in their pocket. Network marketing has relationships. It's a business of relationships where you build relationships, right? When you build relationship through word of mouth advertising, things that you use and you recommend it to people like, this is amazing. I love this. Okay. Of course, we make money here as well. So it satisfies that need. Now, let me explain a little bit about God's reward system so that you will have an understanding that you've just joined a powerful business. God's reward system. God says that I'm a God of generations. Okay. I visit up to the fourth generation. When you have parents that are godly, say God says, I will visit up to the fourth generation. And as people continue to do good, God will continue to visit their generation. And in network marketing, we have generations. You come on board, you connect people, they connect their own persons. Now, I don't know the worst person that you know on earth or the person that did the worst thing on earth. I don't know. But let's just say that Mr. A started or caused a war in a country or started something that eventually led to a war breaking out. And that war lasted for, let's say, 5 years. And that war claimed the lives of millions of people, potential fathers, uncles, brothers. And these were people that would have given birth to people, but their lives were cut short. As a result, the people that lost their husbands had to manage to raise their children by themselves. And because children were never designed to be raised by a single parent, take it or leave it, that's the truth. And children would naturally do better when they are raised by their fathers. I'm not here to be emotional, please. I'm here to tell you the way it is. That's the way it is. You can agree with me or you can also go do your research, but I'm talking based on research. Now, children were never, if God felt it was unimportant for a man and a woman to be together to raise a child, he would have, made it in such a way that it will be something that can be done by a father alone or a mother alone. But being together makes it work perfectly. Raises a child that is very emotionally secure, a child that can take on the world, a child that is ready to, develop and produce good things in this world. So that particular war cut off the men and the women had to struggle to raise, these children. And for a woman to hustle, a woman has to wear the cloak of a man. So that woman becomes a tough person, becomes a hardened woman, and no emotions. Why? Because she has got to do what she's got to do, right? At the end of the day, um, this woman, because of she had to be strong and show up for the family, ends up and then not be there to raise the children properly. Why? Because she has to go hustle. Now raises a half-baked, children or children that were not properly taken care of. And then these children leave home, they don't want to come back, and then we start having all manner of vices. And they themselves go, they move on to become parents. And what they saw in the home, that's what they replicated. In fact, they even added their own issues too. And then things continue to go down the drill, like that. You get. And nobody is going to link the guy that caused the discussions that broke down, that now caused the war that now claimed the men, and the men that, were not there to raise their own children, who were not now there to, and you can see that I'm speaking about Second World War. This is my opinion. Okay. But can you see that someone's action has over 70, 80 years, as it were? You can see the effect, right? So how God rewards and how God, does his thing, I believe, is that this man that started this, you have to answer for this generational thing. In the same way, a good man is born, is raised well, and he starts something in a village that brings good, that helps children live, um, you know, bad life and transforms them into worthy young adults who will go out, go ahead to become better adults. And you can see children that for some reason they would not have gone to school, but this particular person, because he was present, because he encouraged the parents, don't just take your children to the farm, take them to the farm, but make sure that they also go to school. You know, make sure that they are also educated. Of course, education is not what makes good adults. Of course, you guys know that. But when under the tutelage, under the guidance of a good teacher, a lot will happen. And this person became that voice. And this child eventually down the line became an amazing person who now, lived out the purpose of his life and even created more positive change in the community. And as a result of that, more children didn't have to go through what he went through. They had it better. So you can see the ripple effect. You can see the ripple effect. So God rewards that. That is exactly how this business is. You do something once and you kept getting paid for it. And this is the reason why I told you that if you are joining us for the first time, you've made the best decision, one of the best decisions of your life. I hope we're getting this. So if you come from a home where you're not sure and they're laughing at you, or they're like, I hope you've not gone to join Kini. I want you to be rest assured that your decision is a good one. Do you know why? Because I was once like you, and I took that decision, and a lot of things turned out right for me. And not just us, they will have other people too that took the same decision. And guess what? It was one of the best decisions ever in their life. Okay, so give me a second so that we can get into the meat of the matter. Just give me a second, please. I'm trying to put my into for some reason this wasn't okay. I think we're here. Okay, so thank you for your time. Setting expectations for new participants. Like I said, your decisions are valid, your dreams are valid. And for some of you, it was easy to come up with the money. For some, it was not easy at all. Some of you, you used your last card. Some of you, you, you know, you had the money and you just started at the lowest part. Some of you pushed yourselves. Some just said, okay, let me just do it so that this person will stop bothering me. But however you did it, I want to tell you that your decision to be part of this is valid. Okay? It might not seem like it's valid. Why? Because some of you have already started talking to people and they're like, what are you doing? Don't tell me that so and so happened. So you already feel in your heart that maybe after all, I did not take a good decision. How come they say this is amazing? How come I spoke to this person, I spoke to the other person, and they're telling me that, in fact, they were laughing at me that, why would you join something like that? You see, this is the reason we say, allow us to prepare you and train you, okay? Because while unprepared, if you go unprepared, you won't be able to get the result you want. You understand? So that's why we say that your dreams are valid. Your whatever you saw that made you say yes, you saw the right thing. Your visions were real. I'm telling you the truth. And I'm in a few minutes, you're going to see why. Okay. And that's why we're going to manage your expectations. Do you know why? Because they say that there's something we used to say back in school that blessed is he who does not expect so much, for he shall not be disappointed. Oh my goodness. Biblically is wrong. You're supposed to be expectant. In fact, being expectant is makes you a responsible person. Do you know why? Because your fate is on your hands or in your hands. If you expect something, it can only be delayed. Anyway, I don't want to go into the scriptures that say the expectations of the righteous shall never be cut off, but that's what the Bible says for those of you that believe in the Bible, right? Mhm. Yes. But the fear of not being disappointed is the reason people don't expect. But if you don't expect, you can't have it. Like, if you want a good life, you will be willing to be disappointed a few times. But I'm telling you here now that, you see, that thing that you had in mind, that expectation you had in mind, all right, we can manage it so that we can show you how you can achieve it. We're not saying it cannot work. We're not saying it will not be valid. We're not saying that it will not come to fruition. But there's something that has to, because most people who join network marketing, they join with a lottery mentality. They join with garbage in, garbage out. I plant $1,000 and I get out $100,000. I plant this. I don't need to do anything. That's even the worst. You hear people say you don't need to do anything. Just how can you not do something and something happens? Can you have a child without doing something? Can you have a full stomach filled with food without doing something? I don't get it. There is nothing in this world that will just happen without you doing something. Who scammed you? Or you want to scam us? So don't believe anybody that says you don't need to do anything. That's a big lie. Come on, that's a big lie. You are supposed to do things. That's why you're asking. Because you know what it takes for you to make the money you're making from what you're doing. Of course, there are things you need to do. So if somebody comes and says that, of course, the person is lying to you. So how do we manage your expectations? We've gone through our vision, but I'm going to go through it again. Do you get? What we need to understand is that we're raising a financially free people. So we'll show you how to be financially secure, financially free, so we can help other people. That's basically what we're doing. Now, but you don't have to do it through this. This is not the only business that can help you become financially secure. But we've done our research and we realize that this is the only business that can help you do it while helping more people. Most jobs will not help you do it. You know, there are few things on this earth that can give freedom, financial freedom at the scale network marketing can, with the number of persons we have. Our mission is to create a group of financially independent men and women. I hope you guys understand this. Yes. And we're doing that by ensuring that 500,000 people become financially free. 500,000. Okay? At least in Africa and around the world. And that's why we created the Diamond Project. And the Diamond Project is so solid. Diamond Project is a project that stands on four pillars: mentorship, training, and capacity building. That's pillar number one. Number two is discipline, regimentation, and stoicism. The number three pillar, the third pillar, is health supplementation and lifestyle changes. And of course, access to financial leverage system, which is number four. If you look at this four, that is the core of the human nature. We are always trying to grow. We're always trying to make ourselves better. Do you understand? We're trying to make things better. We're trying to make ourselves better. And that is the reason why we are where we are today. Why? Because we want to make ourselves better. So if you want to make yourself better, there are just things you need to do. You plug into the Diamond Project. If you want your health to improve, the third pillar will take care of it. And of course, access to financial leverage system, which is number four. Right. A lot of people are not disciplined. Why? Because they want to achieve success, but they're not disciplined. And if you're not disciplined, you won't be able to achieve any success. Okay? Now, if you join this business, I want to bring it to your notion again that you don't have to even run the business. You can just be using the product. That's okay. You can also just be a part-timer, like once in a while, you just, I want you to understand that you are at liberty to run this business the way you want, but be willing to accept the results. The results will come exactly how you run the business. So the results will come. Now, it doesn't matter the option you took when you started the business, but I'm going to explain it now. Business interest option A. You are a part-timer. Understand that as a part-timer, you could be making between 50,000 naira to 100,000 naira. Your time input is between 4 to 7 hours weekly. Like if you divide 4 hours weekly, that's like less than 25 minutes every day. Like less than 25 minutes every day. About that. Okay, minimum. So if you have a job that takes 25 minutes every day and you make between 50K to 100K, I think that's fantabulous, right? Now, the option B, you are still part-time, but you want to be making somewhere between 100K to 150K because the average salary in Nigeria is around 150K or slightly below 150K. So you want to make an average salary, but you want to do it as a part-timer because you have other things you're doing. Now, be willing to put in between 8 to 12 hours weekly. What does that mean? It means that you're going to be having to put in somewhere around 1 hour 20 minutes or 1 hour 10 minutes every day, something like that, minimum. Okay? Or 1 hour 30 minutes, as the case may be, every day. Just about the time it takes you to watch a movie. Okay? So that you can have an average salary, right? Now, for full-timers, these are people that are committed to it full-time. They are not doing anything else but this. That's option C. And you want to have an income of between 250K, that's a quarter of a million to half a million, okay? Your input hours will be around 12 to 15 hours. So here, we're looking at about 1 hour, 30 minutes to 2 hours every day, okay? Or you can have 6 days a week, or you can even have 5 days a week. But if you're having 5 days a week, you'll be willing to give about 3 hours a day for 5 days a week, okay? Now, for business interest option D, full-time Pro Max. Full-time Pro Max. This is half a million and above. If you're making half a million and above in Nigeria, you are among the... Nigeria has a population of 237 million. 10% of that is 23.7. Okay. 1% of that is um, 2 point, approximately 2.4 million. And I need you to understand that if you put in all the government top ranking officers, the senators, the House of Rep members, the state houses of assembly members, all of those councillors and all of that, if we put everybody together since independence, I don't think they're up to 2.4 million people. They are not. So then you add the top tier businessmen and all of that. I don't think we have up to 2.4 million. So the point I'm trying to make is that if you're making between 500K and above in a month, you are amongst the 2% highest earners in Nigeria, 2%. You're among the 2%. Okay, for the sake of error, you're among the 3%, top 3%. I'm sure it's around 2% or below that, at least 3%. So you remove 97% of people, you're among the 3% if you're making 500K to 1 million, 500K and above. Are you asking me why should you be serious with this? I'm telling you that we can show you where to be if you say this is the option I prefer. So you write down your option, especially if you're new and you're listening to me. You write down the options you want, where you want to interact, okay, at the point you want to play, okay. All right. Now the question is, why are you doing this business? Because my Moro said that if the value of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. Why are you doing this business? This is just to set your expectation. This is not the starter guide. This is not the initial plan orientation. This is just to set expectations. All those ones were coming. Okay. What do you hope to achieve in the next 2 to 4 years? You write it down. Whether you are new or old, write it down. Write it down as though you already have it. I will have by 2027. Okay. By 2027, I already achieved. By 2027, I already have. Do you understand? Okay. Don't say I am going to have. I already have or I have. I've achieved. I have done so and so. You don't need to have more than 2 things. You can have more than 2. You can have up to 10. But I am telling you that the first 2 things you wrote down, they are the most important things in your life right now. The first 2 things, yes. Now, put these things in perspective, okay, as we move along, as we keep going. Now, like I said, expectation is the mother of disappointments. No, over expectation is the mother of disappointment. Mhm. But if you know what to expect, you understand what to do and how to get at it. So let's take a look at this diagram here. The person that popularized it, not the person that created it, but the person that popularized it, okay, I believe was Alex Hormozy. Look at that graph or that line. Number 1 is called uninformed optimism. Number 2 is informed pessimism, crisis of meaning. Then you will now have number 4. Number 4 is, if it occurs, okay. If it doesn't occur, okay. Then informed optimism, of course, achievement. Everything you've done in life, whether you wanted to get married, you want to buy a car, you want to buy a house, you started a career, you want to jackpot or you jackpot that, whichever, you pass through this. And when I look at your life, I will know exactly where you are. Pay attention. Most people, when they hear, there's this business, especially during presentation, they can't wait to sign up. That is called uninformed optimism. Very excited, but they don't know what it entails. If you're a Christian, if you're a child of God, you also would know that God makes us pass through this. When God comes and says you are blessed, you're a mighty man, you're going to do well, things are going to work out for you. You have prophecies, you have these things, that your life is such a beautiful life. You will be the one to rescue our village from poverty and all of that. God will never show you everything. He will just show you what you're going to achieve, the achievements. You are here, he shows you your life and you're excited, but you will never know you pass through this. The reason is very simple. Nobody will achieve anything if you are shown the whole part. Yes. Nobody. So we'll start with uninformed optimism. You saw a business, you liked it. And guess what? It made a lot of sense. And you started. And when you started, you were shocked that you invited 20 people to your home lunch. Only 3 showed up. Only 1 signed up. You're shocked that when you showed people this business, they laughed at you. Like, did I miss something? You've moved from uninformed optimism where you're excited, you want to share the business. At uninformed optimism, you could see your life in 5 years, in 4 years, in 3 years. You are cruising the world. You are in the best resort. You're having fun. You're asking yourself, how come not too many people know about this? I can't believe too many. Look at, like, see my life. You're so excited. Then, uninformed pessimism. Without training, you will not allow us to train you, and you run off. You're excited, and you go and you talk to your mom, you talk to your wife, or you talk to your husband. Your husband will ask you one, two, three questions, and you start feeling like a fool. And suddenly you start calling, I need my money back. But you've already signed up, you've already paid, and you filled a form that showed that it's not refundable. And this form is to help us get you started. The reason you want your money back wasn't that you did not see what you saw. No, you didn't unsee what you saw. It was that you met with people who dissuaded you, told you, as smart as you are, you went to join Ponzi scheme. Why? They didn't hear what you heard. They didn't see what you saw. So, and you are beginning to see that, oh boy, I'm shocked that these people are not seeing what I'm seeing. You become pessimistic, but now you are not informed. And once you are informed, you are beginning to see what it will take. What do I mean? This is not a walk in the park, as it were. This is not, it's something that you need to learn. You don't just close your eyes and breathe through it. No, nothing of value comes easy. Nothing of everything that will last must be built. And you're beginning to see that there's an input. There's a place you have to impute something. And that is what is called crisis of meaning. You're not asking yourself, is it worth it? Next 2 years for me to be financially stable and independent, is it worth it? Next 4 years to be financially free, is it worth it? You're asking yourself. At that point, you're going to decide whether to crash and burn, or you know what? I don't do this, I don't do it. I don't start, I don't start. This is what I need to do. And you step up immediately to 5, informed optimism. But you will be the one to decide at number 3 whether you're going to crash and burn or you're going to move on to chapter 5, which is informed optimism. Informed optimism means I am optimistic I will make it, but I am informed that it's not going to be easy. That means a new leader is born. But 98%, I just say 99%, will hit number 3 and they will crash and burn because they are not willing to lift a finger. They are not willing. In fact, they will blame you. They will blame the system. They will blame everybody. And they will accuse you that you did not explain this thing to me. Meanwhile, they have seen the presentation business up to 5 times. And they will accuse you. And some people will be so impatient, they will not want to listen. And they will accuse the people that brought them into the business that they are trying to eat their money, all that, and all of that, and all of that. Some people have trust issues. So they bring it up and they're like, but let's say you did not crash and burn. You moved up to informed optimism. You don't expect it to be easy, but you know in your heart that you will achieve it. Why? Because the pathway is clear. 1 + 1 in China is 2. 1 + 1 in Sudan is 2. So if I apply this, it will get me the result, right? That is it. And that we move from there. Now look at the life of somebody who keeps starting over. This person has gone to Uniport to study medicine, and they told this person, Uniport medicine, Uniport is not the best medical university in the Nigeria now. By the way, medicine does not work again now. You got to study nursing, so you can jump out with it. And what's best school with nursing? Go to, they just mentioned, maybe go to University of Ibadan. They have a very good nursing school and UCH and all of that. And you've done 3 years in medicine here, and you now switch, go to University of Ibadan, and you are in University of Ibadan, you do 2 years of nursing. And somebody sees one day, say, where are you going? Me, I'm headed to Bayelsa. Oh. There's a new oil and gas university there. That is the real deal. And they're measuring LNG. Hey, liquefied natural gas. That's the future. And you leave your nursing, you go to Bayelsa, and you are there for 1 year and a half. And then a friend calls you from this private university here in Abuja and says, oh boy, where have you been? Say, man, I did Bayelsa. What are you doing there? You say, I'm studying this thing, oil and gas. You say, who see they send oil and gas? Oil and gas is finishing. We're talking about EV cars now, electric vehicles. We're talking about lithium batteries. Leave that place, come to Abuja. There's a new tech university there. Once you finish, Silicon Valley will employ you and you leave. Say, what? I'm telling you, all my mates. In fact, me, I'm even picking and choosing which one I want to. Once you are done, you don't even need to serve. You take off. They will come, they will do because it's the best in Africa. Hey, hey, hey. And this man considers, you know what? Okay. This is the last time. And the person goes to Abuja to go and study electrical engineering, majoring on lithium batteries and all of that. This guy never graduated. He's don't reach 10 years. It's almost 10 years now. Guess what? Final call. And the person was like, I don't get you. Lithium batteries? No. There's a school. They have their main center in California, but they have a satellite uni here at what do you call it? At Nasarawa State. Beautiful school. You do 2 years in Nigeria, you come to the US, you finish up. As you are finishing like this, and by the way, who even told you lithium batteries? They're just talking about what futuristic. We're talking about now, something that will give you a job right now. We're talking about social media content creation. You're telling me lithium batteries. Come here, you just need to spend just 24 months. And you move to the US, finish up, and then you already a content, people already know you, you already. And this guy says, okay, finally, let me go to that university, go and learn content creation. I hope this is making sense. Only for you to get to content creation and you hear that, you now see the reality that the amount they pay them and number of years, which is like 8 years to 12 years minimum for somebody to really establish himself. And you have to post daily. You have to understand the algorithms. Ha! Meanwhile, the people you started with, they are all doctors. They're all trying to already got in their clinics. They are part 2 license. They're already consultants. So tell your neighbor, graduate. Tell your neighbor, graduate. So uninformed optimism, informed pessimism, crisis of meaning. I beg. I'm not cut out for this. My emotional, they call it my mental health. Bam, they crash. They see another shiny object or they're on social media and their friend is talking about one way to make money. Ha, oh boy, they run. They say it's Forex. They go, they say it's this one. In 8 years, you are still broke. Broke. Don't let it happen to you here because starting over and over again, you are guaranteed to fail. Now, look at a balanced view. We all start with uninformed optimism. Very excited, very emotional. And suddenly we realize that this is not what I was told. Polo Akawalomi Hofuma. And then you see it. But you know what? I don't enter. Let me understand it because there's nothing that will be good. Usually it's going to be tough at the beginning, but then it gets better and then it becomes so seamless. If you can drive, remember the first time you drove, you were sweating on your nose. Anything you do for the first time, you're guaranteed not to get it right. But you keep doing it, you become a master. They say that every master was once a disaster. So from informed pessimism, you are now going to read, just like Paul told Timothy, study to show thyself approved like a workman unto God, who needs not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. He knew Timothy had a lot to learn. And you told him, until I come, give attention to study, give attention to reading, study, move it. When you say study, move it so that you will not be ashamed when you have now divided, so you can do a good job. That's the same thing as required of all of us. Informed pessimism simply means that, okay, so this is how this thing is. Crisis of meaning. Do I leave this or go ahead, get informed, get knowledge, and become successful? That is how it is. There are 12 expectations I'm going to walk us through because our natural time is over, but today is a masterclass. Hopefully, we can do this in the next 5 minutes. Not everyone will introduce to this business or will join you immediately. I need you to understand this. Let it be in your heart. It's not everybody that you show this business that will join you immediately. Some of you listening to me here. Do you want me to remind you how we came in? Some of you. that you had to, people called you, you are doing, but finally you are here. Now, if someone doesn't join your presentation, don't take it personal. See, it's don't take it personal. Just move on. Come back to the person because you don't know whether or not the person's situation would have changed. Usually, the situations do change, right? Okay, this business works, and don't let anybody discourage you. Don't let anybody disrespect you. Don't take disrespect from anybody. If someone says he's not going to do the business, no problem. But don't let the person insult you. You tell the person, this is what I'm doing and this is what I believe in. If it's not for you, I understand. Don't let people talk because they are planting seeds. Okay, you get. Now, the greatest shocker we face is that the people we think will do this business are the people that will not do it. But you see that person that you don't even expect, now the person will do the business. That's why don't prejudge anybody. Don't prejudge. You don't know who is going to be. You don't know who is expecting. You don't even know. The person you think has money does not have money. The person is broke. But because he already had things, you think the person has money. Don't be on your guard. This business is first psychological, it's emotional, it's mental, much more than physical. So that's why you need to study. That's why you need to allow us mentor you, train you, so that your mind can be such that it will be able to weather the storm. Okay? When you are showing people this business, talk less and show more. Talk less. What do I mean by talk less? If you try to wow people by, there's this enzyme, there's this thing, fructose, sucrose, this one, that if you do that, you will not, you will be broke in this business. Always point people to a tool. Always point people to a third party tool. Use the third party tool. Don't try to sound smart because in their mind, what they are hearing is, I have to know this thing this well. If I don't know it this well, I will not succeed. And they will not do the business. So me, I try to remove myself. Somebody says, so, but explain to me. I say, I won't be able to explain to you as much as this video can. This video will be able to do a better job. They say, try. I say, I'm telling you, if it was something I could do, I won't bother you giving you the video. I would have started talking to you. But the video will do a better job. Besides, the business is 98% visual. It's 98% visual. So it's something you need to see. Hope you guys are getting. Hope you're getting what I'm saying. Please, our business is not an investment scheme. This is not Kalo Kalo. This is a business that has to be built. That is why you are putting down sweat equity. Most people that join this business, our biggest package is 2.1 million. I don't know the business you start in Nigeria that is guaranteed to make you a millionaire and eventually a billionaire with only 2.1 million. That's why the equity you are putting there is your sweat. If it's an investment, then go and bring 200 million. You don't need to sweat. Just put it. You are getting your returns. Okay? You have to take charge of this business and build it. Learn from those that have succeeded. The first 3 months, in fact, I dare say the first 1 month in this business is the most important time. Use it well. You see, that first 30 days, in fact, that first 2 weeks is a time of excitement. That's the time that we have to go put you through, and we walk you through the week one. That week one will help you have an understanding of the business. And in that week one, we will plan your home launch so that already from week one, you're already making money. I want to celebrate the people that did their home launches over the weekend, Ella, and all the people that joined, Toby, Jeff, and several of you too, in different places that joined. So this weekend we're entering now, you have to do your home launch. We'll launch you out. But first, help us help you by making sure you finish your week one, okay? This is your business, so if my upline is not here, I'm the one doing this. This is my business. I won't say because my upline is not here, I'm not going to do it. Likewise, we'll be here, of course, to guide, to show you and walk you around the business and all of that. But ultimately, you have to be the one to do it. Okay? In this business, there will be time of excitement. There will be time of little excitement. There will be time when you will not have enough money to make your calls and do the things you need to do. There will be also time when you have to decide. You have to decide whether I can use this money to make calls or use it to eat. There will be decisions. But I need you to know that these things don't last long. There will be times when there will be relationship issues, heartbreaks. There will be time of bereavement when you lose your loved ones. Will you still do this business while going through this emotion, roller coaster of emotions? Somebody was chatting me up, you know, asking me for something, and I'm sure the person didn't know a few things, or otherwise the person will not be asking such questions. The thing is this: I need you to understand that it's unnatural for a human being to care. An average human being is unnatural to us. We are naturally selfish people, including myself. So when you distinguish yourself by being selfless, you stand out immediately because people are naturally selfish. The Bible says the world lieth in the hands of the wicked. So people find it easier to do wicked things, to do bad things, than they do good things. So when you distinguish yourself and you become caring, you are concerned about people, you stand out quickly. I need you to be that kind of person, to stand out. Not think about how do I feel. Think more of, what can I do for people? What can I do? What can I do to please God? What can I do? What would God have me do? These are the things that help establish you as a person. In your down times, you need to tell us how to handle you. Do we remind you? Do we remind you, you know, how we join this business, how and your reasons? Or do we shout on you or do we hold you accountable? How do we help you? So you need to tell your leader how you can be helped, how we can reach you. Some people don't like people shouting at them at all, but some people want you to motivate them. People are different. Okay. My problems motivate me, so I don't need motivation. Do you understand? So it's what it is. So, like I said, how do you want us to do this? Your failure is dependent on you, your success is dependent on you, not me. You do your business, we will work with you, we will support you, but we'll not do it for you. But we'll show you what to do and we'll be here to work with you. Now, in Century 21 Freedom Group, we have cardinal structures. Number one is you must commit your business to God. However you do it, you must commit your business to God. Number two, you must be willing to be trained. And number three, you must be willing to train others. Anybody who's not going to commit to these three pillars is not ready to run the business. So we will not bother you. So just do the business the way you want to do it. Maybe use the product, maybe just come in, we'll see our faces, crack jokes, and go. But if you want to be serious, you have to go through this. You must commit your business to Almighty God. You must be willing to be trained, mentored, okay? And that is how you climb the ladder. Everybody begins at partnership level. Partnership is I have made payment, I have started the business, and you just go from there. Okay. And when you become a bit serious, that is when you start connecting people, you do your home launch. But if you want us to really, really take you seriously, you will have to apply. I want to become an active partner. And apply means that you have connected, having recruited one person into the business, you apply and want to become an active partner. Being an active partner, what it means is you're giving us permission to now work with you. You're giving us permission to now bother you, to call you. How far that thing we give you to do, have you done it? If you don't give us that permission, we will not call you. You remain at EAP, Imagine Active Partner, okay? But once you want to be an active partner, you have to apply, and your letter will be there. That I want you guys to bother me. I want to be really, really be serious with this thing. And as an active partner, every money you make, 1% of it goes to charity. We do a lot of things. We go to hospitals, we feed the poor. There's a whole lot. And this year now, we are going to embark on about 2, 3, or 4 projects. Do you understand? The money you're making and 1%, we have an account we send the money to. And there's transparency. By the 10th anniversary, which is happening in January next year, we're going to showcase things that will be done by nations. I'm talking about Star Legend Nation, maybe people under Engineer Go, maybe people under Madam Pamela, maybe people under Angie, maybe people under Miss Chichi, Miss Jenny, all of these people. You get Dr. Ada. So they're all going to have their own different projects. And that is why we are doing these contributions. 1%. Is it compulsory? Yes and no. Somebody who knows where he's going, you will tell yourself this is compulsory. But if you just want to come and just grab and become rich, no problem. But as a leader, it's compulsory for me. And I made it compulsory for myself. For other people, when I say it's not compulsory, we expect you to do it. We will not force you, but we expect you to do it. We expect you to do it. We expect you to give back. Not give back because they are owing you, no, but it's a way of appreciating, or it's a way of showing gratitude to God Almighty that He has helped us move to this level. Okay. 1% today can be 500 naira. 1% tomorrow can be 50,000 naira. That is it. So the leadership ladder, you can see it as you keep growing, but there's a way to make it very simple, simplified. Everyone that joins this business, before they join, they are prospects. They are prospects. Look at that. Once you have your first exposure, you've seen this business, we quickly move you to our Facebook group. If you join us and by making payments, okay, we will still move you to Facebook group. There are 2 WhatsApp groups. The WhatsApp group for those that have made payments, and WhatsApp group for those that want to understand the business better. And that is where we have the support group. So your leader, once he looks at this and thinks about you, he knows exactly where you are. Everybody must join the Facebook group because we are going there to create a community. Okay? The Facebook group is agog. It's amazing. You get a lot of free information, free tips, not just on business, but on your health, right? So that WhatsApp group for beginners is for people that have not connected into the business. Once you connect, we'll move you to the new partner groups. Okay? We'll move you to the new partner groups. Now, at that new partner groups, if you give us permission, we will now walk you through the Kingsman factory. That is incubation up until maturity, then financial freedom. If you don't give us permission, we will leave you in the new partner group. Enjoy yourself, have fun there. But if you want to make money, we will now ask you to apply to become an active partner, and we will show you what to do, and we will move you from incubator. We will have it in the GPS. Everything you need to do is here. And guess what everything is? That is what helps you climb this ladder of success. That's what makes you become a wealthy person in this business, become a leader other leaders want to be like. Okay? So this is simplified version. We have, of course, our standard method of operation. This standard method of operation will be useless to the person who has not applied. But once you apply, we will work with you based on this standard method of operation. That is how we move you from, you can see the incubator class, the plantation class, foundation. That is exactly what I'm talking about. This is our curriculum to become a millionaire in this business, right? Thank you so much. Be on your guard. You're going to learn a whole lot again about this business, about leadership, about sonship, about mentorship, and everything you learn will help you, not just in this business, but in your personal life, okay? So thank you so much, everyone. I'll probably take 1 or 2 questions, and when I do that, we'll call it a day. Thank you. So I'll quickly get into the mood. Do we have questions? I'll just take maybe 1 or 2 questions. Raise your hand. So having done this, you go back to your leader. Your leader is going to ask you so plethora of questions, and once you answer them, he or she will tick that you've now, started completing your week 1. Okay, this is the validation, expectation management. Okay, that's what it is, and setting the record straight. So they'll ask you some questions. So congratulations to all of you that are here, especially those of you that are here for the new. You are new here, right? Okay, I'll take maybe 1 or 2 questions. I'm looking out for questions I can't find yet. So it means that it's either I completely overwhelmed you, or I completely mesmerized you, or you all got exactly what I said. So thank you so much, all of you. I don't think we have questions, so we call it a day.